Hey there, party people. Trevor here, and no, this isn't about politics. Today we're diving into the wild world of MS and alcohol. Now, before you spill your drink, remember, moderation is key. It's like that old saying, everything in moderation, including moderation. Wise words, my friends. Living with MS is a unique journey. It's like trying to walk a tightrope. In the dark, during an earthquake. Alcohol? Well, that's like adding a few more wobbles to the mix. But hey, who doesn't love a challenge? The point is, you don't have to give up the good times entirely. Just be smart about it. Know your limits. Listen to your body. And for goodness sake, have a designated walker. Or at least a designated furniture holder. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to break down this whole MS and alcohol thing with a healthy dose of humor and a dash of common sense. Because let's face it, life's too short to be a teetotaler. Unless your doctor says so, then definitely listen to your doctor. Alright, let's get scientific for a hot second. The brain, that wrinkly control center we all know and love, has a couple of areas that alcohol just can't resist messing with. First up, we've got the cerebellum. Think of it as the brain's very own balance beam champion, except when alcohol shows up. Then it's more like a wobbly toddler trying to navigate a bouncy castle. See, alcohol throws the cerebellum off its game, making coordination a bit, well, uncoordinated. And for folks with MS who might already be dealing with balance issues, it's like adding fuel to the fire. Suddenly, walking in a straight line becomes an Olympic sport. Then there's the frontal lobe. This is the part of your brain responsible for making good decisions. You know, like saying no to that last tequila shot. Unfortunately, alcohol has other plans. It swoops in and inhibits the frontal lobe, basically hitting the pause button on good judgment. So, yeah, that third drink might seem like a brilliant idea at the time, until it's not. Picture this. You're at a party feeling good, maybe even busting a move on the dance floor. You've had a couple of drinks and suddenly, the room starts doing the wave. Except the room isn't actually moving. It's just your cerebellum playing tricks on you. This, my friends, is the fine line between tipsy and tipsy with MS. It's like regular tipsiness, but with bonus features. We're talking exaggerated swaying, unexpected stumbles, and maybe even a close encounter with the snack table. Pro tip, always position yourself near the chips and dip, just in case. The key here is self-awareness. Pay attention to how your body's reacting to the alcohol. If you feel yourself getting a little too wobbly, it's time to pump the brakes. Grab some water, find a comfy chair, and become the life of the seated party. Trust me, your friends will appreciate the entertainment value of watching you try to navigate the room from a safe distance. Section 4, Decision Time. Should you order that third drink? Ah, the age-old question. To drink or not to drink? When you've got MS, it's not always an easy call. On the one hand, you want to let loose, have fun, and maybe impress that cute bartender with your extensive knowledge of craft beers. On the other hand, you also don't want to end up face down in the guacamole. This is where those frontal lobes come in. Or rather, where they get put on temporary leave. Alcohol can make it tough to think clearly, and when you're already dealing with MS-related cognitive challenges, it's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube after spinning around 10 times. So, how do you make the right call? First, have a game plan. Decide beforehand how much you're comfortable drinking and stick to it. Second, enlist a wingman. Find a friend who knows your limits and can help you stay on track. And finally, listen to your gut. If that little voice inside your head is saying maybe one more is pushing it, then it probably is. Section 5. Social sipping, navigating parties and pubs. Let's be real, social situations can be a minefield when you're living with MS. People are drinking, expectations are high, and you just want to blend in and have a good time without becoming the center of attention. Unless you're into that sort of thing, then by all means, own it. The good news is, there are ways to navigate these situations like a pro. First, arm yourself with knowledge. Explain to your friends, in a fun, non-lectury way of course, how alcohol affects you differently. They'll appreciate the heads up and can adjust their expectations accordingly. Second, master the art of the strategic sip. Nursing a drink throughout the night not only makes you look classy but also helps you pace yourself. And if anyone questions your sobriety, just give them a knowing smile and say, "I'm pacing myself for the dance floor." They'll never suspect a thing. Finally, don't be afraid to embrace the mocktail. There's no shame in opting for a non-alcoholic beverage. In fact, it shows that you're responsible and in control. Plus, You'll be the envy of everyone nursing a hangover the next morning. Section 6. Stay safe, have fun. So there you have it, folks. The lowdown on MS and alcohol, served with a side of humor and a whole lot of heart. Remember, living with MS doesn't mean you have to miss out on the fun. Just be mindful, be prepared, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. And hey, if you do happen to overindulge, don't beat yourself up about it. We've all been there. Just learn from it, laugh it off, and maybe invest in a good pair of non-slip socks. Stay safe out there, and keep on rocking.